Okay, to start out today, we're going to talk about the towns. Those are your citizens. And if you count up the number of citizens and the number of areas that are showing as resources, you'll notice that you have one more than the number of citizens. And if you remove somebody, you can change their job. They can be an entertainer, they can be a taxman, which increases your taxes, or they can be a scientist, who will increase your science intake. But right now, I just want to be collecting as much resources as we can. And if you notice, the different areas will get you different resources, of course, and roads add trade. And there's a specialty there, the fish. The fish adds extra food for the ocean. So, it's good to look into things like that for various towns. So I'm trying to think of what we're doing here. Basically, we're just filling out the rest of our starting island here, and we have started expanding into some other places. But we really got to get exploring and find as many land masses as possible. And look at that, philosophy. First to discover. And Zoopsol is the one that came up with philosophy. Good for it. Metaphysical systems. Yeah, that's the ticket. So we get mathematics for free. I almost always choose mathematics. I don't know why. Just have it, I guess. Now I'm going to research feudalism, which will give us a new defensive unit in a pikeman, and Sun Tzu's War Academy, which will give us a free barracks in every city. And it lasts almost to the end of the game. So it's a really nice one to have, and it means all your military units will start as veterans. That is awesome. Unfortunately, though, you don't get the healing powers that a barracks offers military units, but that rarely comes into play. Poor blueberry butt face, she wouldn't fit, so you're blueberry butt, and you'll have to deal with that. That's the shame you must live with. Oh, more land just to the south there. No doubt I'll be populating that soon enough, because hey, cockroach style. It really is a kind of a neat way to play. A lot of people play like bloody, violent, military, destroy the enemy. I've done it. It's not as much fun. I find it's more fun to just kind of overwhelm them by building so many cities. By the time they realize they're outnumbered and they're pissed off about it, they can foolishly start a war with you, and then you can just bring your awesome spending capabilities around and just crush them. It's really actually kind of mean in a way. But you know me, I'm not mean. That's not how I roll. I'm a good little boy. Alright, Zoop. Now, something else I didn't explain, there's 3 different types of stuff you can build. There's like units, like military or settlers. There are regular improvements like libraries, courthouses, marketplaces, stuff like that. And then there are wonders of the world. Now, if you start working on a unit and you want to change to a different unit, you will not suffer any penalty for switching. But if you switch to like one of the other 2 types, you'll lose half of the shields you've already put in to start that item. So that's why I'm building multiple wonders. Like I'll be building like the Oracle in 3 different cities. Once I'm done building an Oracle, I can just switch over one of those to another place, to another wonder without a loss of shields, and I have basically a ready-made wonder. And what I'm just showing there was this hill that I moved on to. I'm going to get my settler to do something I haven't shown you yet, which is I'm going to get him to mine that hill, which will add 3 shields to it. And yeah, my chariot I just found did not kill that horseman on the river, because things in the river have good defense. And now that horseman's probably going to go make me pay ransom so they don't destroy my new city that I just built there, because there's no defense in there. Ooh, RD Runner, also known as Tom Vodova. Tom Vodova is probably, I would have to say, the greatest old school gamer I know. And yeah, sure enough, they made me pay for it, jerks. But go check out his channel. He's got a bunch of his world record setting runs on there. He's done some crazy, crazy stuff. Mad respect for him. So in the meantime, I'm going to make use of this elephant that we picked up, I think from a hut, if I recall. So it's not affiliated with any city, so I'm not, whenever you have military units out from a city, it can create some unrest and unhappiness. And oh, we just got a warning, the Persians are building the Great Wall, so we got to get our Great Wall in place ASAP. But I believe we started ours a while. But anyway, back to the military units. Military units can cause unhappy citizens because they don't like having military out and about in the world, I guess. It makes them all just angry, unrest. It makes them be uncontent, mad citizens. So, and this really holds true the further you go into the game. Like democracy is the worst. You get murdered by your citizenry for having them in there. But if you're playing as if your government's a different form, like fundamentalism or communism, they're not allowed to be upset. So that's something that's fairly useful. Oh, skilled mercenaries. What more? Oh, it's horsemen. Ooh, horsemen are at this point are getting kind of outnumbered, because there's elephants out there, there's chariots. So anyway, the whole point is you don't want to have too many military units just wandering the world. And ships count as military, usually. There's very rare exceptions, but most ships are. So you got to be careful when you start switching to later governments that you don't accidentally have like super pissed off cities where you've got like 4 ships out of. They're going to have all these upset people, and you're going to have to entertain the hell out of them to get them to calm down. But, you know, we'll worry about that when we get to it. In the meantime, I'm just going to keep improving land on the home front, and I'm just going to keep sending ships back as they empty to pick up more people to bring out to the world. Cockroach up. I just can't preach that enough. Cockroach style is the way to play this game. So now what are we looking at here? Well, that trireme is kind of just out and about. I'm not sending him back immediately. I'm going to try to find my way back around that island. So I have an idea of, is there anyone on that island, how big it is, how many settlers I'll need to put on that island, and stuff like that. Like, it's always good to know that. So it's not bad to have a couple ships out kind of scouting ahead of time. But early on, it's better just to keep sending them back and forth. Once they get further from home, well, then you can make that change. Oh, Verona. Hope I change that. If I haven't changed that yet, that would be bad. Oh, see, Patton has built the Great Wall. The Great Wall, in case you've forgotten, forces enemies to, well, any civilization. If you talk to one of the representatives, they will say to you, oh, no matter how mad they are at you and everything else, provided they talk to you, they have to offer peace to you. Which means that if you're in the middle of a war and you just want it to end, assuming you can actually get them to talk to you, then they will make peace and stop attacking you. At least temporarily. The computer tends to get pretty ornery after a while and start ignoring their own peace accords. Once they start that, though, well, then you just got to put a big beat down on them. They'll eventually back off when they realize they're getting their asses kicked. Now, why I went into that swamp to build a road, I'm going to build a road in a minute. Why I did that, I have no idea. It seriously makes no sense. And, let's see here. I think what we go next. Well, our mine is done there. So now you see we get, well, instead of just 1 piece of food there on that spot, we get 3 shields as well. And that's why hills can be a very nice land feature to have. I'm not seeing many hills. And truth be told, they're better than mountains. Mountains actually give less resources and stuff. They don't give any food. You don't get as many shields when you mine them. They're kind of a crappy thing to find. So later on, we'll be doing a little land farming. We can't do that with settlers. We'll have to wait till we get a better unit. And right now we're just looking at the types of stuff we have, and we're going to go with polytheism, because that allows us to do monotheism later, which I know doesn't make much sense to start with the poly and go to mono. But whatever, right? Monotheism will allow us to research it'll allow us to make, Michelangelo's chapel, which gives you a free cathedral in every city, which is like the next step up from temples. More stuff to keep unhappy people content. Because, you know, religion is the opiate of the masses, after all. Except I don't mean that in a negative. Well, back then I guess it was not negative. Nowadays, kind of negative. But I'm not getting into that discussion. My horseman's just kind of chilling there. He's just about done his usefulness, because it's really tough for barbarians to appear once you've got like all the coast area done. You've got a little bit of internal cities. Probably won't see any barbarians popping up there anymore. And now watch as they no doubt make a liar out of me and start doing it. That's just the way they'd roll, those dirty, dirty buggers. Alright, another trireme. Which means, of course, we gotta start making more settlers. Poor D. Tysonator, he's just been a ship and settler machine. Oh, we got a Legionnaire. Cool. Legionnaires are attack of 3 and defense of 1. But that's all they're really good for. And yeah, that island's gonna start filling up, because if I keep pumping out settlers, I should be able to fill it up fairly quickly, despite it being an okay-sized island. And as we've already determined, there's no one else on the island, at least as far as we know, because you can explore, and then later on you'll realize somebody has landed when you haven't been out settling that area, and then all of a sudden, bam, there they are, and they've got a city right where you want it. Or they build right near your area, or they'll build inside of one of your city's radiuses. Radii? I don't know how to say that, but all I know is it's really annoying, and that's one thing this game doesn't have that something like Civilization 3 does have, is something called territory, which you create off what's called culture. And the territory means you can't build, no one can build inside that except you, so you actually get borders to your nation, which is pretty sweet. But that's about one of the few things I like about Civ 3. There's a lot more fun ways to exploit the game in Civ 2, and I've always enjoyed exploiting the hell out of this game. Like building the same wonder in multiple cities. Can't do that in later games. So you can't cheat the system like I am. But oh well, what can you do? There's actually an even better way to cheat at the wonders. Well, not cheat per se, but a way to build wonders in a hurry, and we're going to deal with that in coming videos. Oh, you'll see. You will see forever. Well, not forever. Soon enough. Alright. Legionnaire doing his job. Very nice. But I think we're more or less at the end of things here. So we'll probably call it right there. We'll see you next time.